Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is the first episode of my brand new series, Through an Entrepreneurial Eye. And my first guest today is the beautiful Katie Godfrey. I'm going to let Katie introduce herself and tell you a little bit more about what she does and what she's all about. Go for it, Katie.
Oh, thank you. And thanks for inviting me on, first of all. My name is Katie Godfrey and I'm an entrepreneur of 11 years now. I've been a salon owner for 11 years. That's how my journey started. I've gone on to business coaching. So I coach all businesses, but mainly within the beauty space. And we've also got a product range and a training academy.
Amazing. Lots going on.
Yeah.
Lots going on. And you've got salons in all different places, haven't you? You're kind of in various locations.
Yeah, we did have. So we started franchise now. We don't have some of them anymore. I sold them on.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so I'm back with my main base now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, love it. Amazing. And was being a business owner something that you always wanted to do? Or did you fall into it? Because I know that happens.
I wouldn't say as a kid I was like, oh, I want my own business. But because I left school at 13 with no qualification whatsoever, I felt like I didn't really have a choice. I either done something which was just a dead-end job type of thing, or I do something myself and pursue something myself. So I literally felt like I didn't really have too much of a choice.
Yeah.
Because I knew I didn't want just a normal lifestyle. So that's kind of how I went into business, and I just learned business along the way on the journey, of the mistakes that I made, all the challenges I come across, and that's how I grew into what I do today.
Yeah. Amazing. I think as well, no one's ever ready to be a business owner. And I think that's something which so many people don't realize. Everyone's like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I don't think I know enough, but you're never really going to know enough anyway to do anything. You've got to just jump right in.
Yeah, I think you can learn along the way, but I do feel that you're either an entrepreneur or you're not. I don't think it can be something that can be learned. You can learn the knowledge, but you're a certain type of person.
Yeah.
In business, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I could not agree more. You've got to have certain traits about your personality and certain ways to go about things, for sure.
Yeah, because it's a lifestyle at the end of the day.
Exactly. I totally agree. So how did you know, when obviously you've been interested in beauty for a long time, I'm assuming, how did you know that you had that right idea when you were right, okay, what was your light bulb moment when you thought, right, let's just do this, we're going to go for it, and this is exactly what I'm going to do?
Well, obviously my journey started as the salon. So when I opened that, I was only 19 at the time, and it was quite a big building. And before I opened the salon, I ran a model agency. So I really wanted a base for that, but I wanted a tanning shop as well. So I opened up this salon/model agency. And it wasn't until people were coming in, wasn't really sure what we'd done, saw that we'd just done tanning and maybe the odd set of nails, and that was it.
Yeah.
I was turning all of these clients. So for me, I was like, I need to just make a decision here and possibly not have the agency anymore and turn the space into a whole beauty salon and treatment rooms, etc.
Yeah.
So that's what I done. And even though it was still hard, that was literally a game changer.
Yeah.
If I got stubborn and was like, no, I love my model agency, I love what I do in the situation I'm in, then I wouldn't be where I am today. But to make the decision of, do you know what, one company needs closing to grow the other company, that's how I grew, and that was my light bulb moment.
Yeah, totally. I think as well, as many entrepreneurs will probably say as well, you start with an idea, don't you? And then you, like you said, some things work, some things don't work. You have to make a decision as to what's how you should carry on. And something with me, I remember when I started my business, I was very much into events at the beginning. I was like, right, event management. And then it got to a point where I was I wasn't seeing the rewards that I wanted to see. I was putting so much time and effort into it and not getting back in return what I felt was right. And for so long I was like, no, just keep going, it's the right thing, this is what you set out to do, when actually I just had to make a few changes and go in slightly different directions.
Exactly. Sometimes it's just a tweak every here and there, and a lot of the time I think, oh no, I can't stop doing that because that will make me a failure. And it isn't making you a failure, it's just a change of direction. And if the money's not coming in, the profit's not there, then what is the point?
Exactly. It's not a business at the end of the day if it's not bringing you money.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what would you say is your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
My freedom.
Yeah.
as much as I'm busy, I'm constantly busy. That's my choice. Like, I like starting new things. I like starting new businesses. I like being busy. I prefer to work than watch the TV. That's just me naturally. But I can stop when I want. I can drop everything and go on holiday next week when I want. Like, I like that freedom, and that's what I couldn't live without now. That's I crave that. I love it.
It makes such a difference though, doesn't it? And I think a lot of people have this idea that, you know, when you're a business owner, you have all the freedom in the world, which you do and you don't. Like, you do it's the choice, isn't it? So it's like you might decide to go on holiday next week, but that means that this week you're going to be working solidly, like every single day, making sure that everything's done before you go. It's just having that choice.
I think it's more like the flexibility. Like, obviously I have a little girl and I'm on my own with her. I've got a partner now, but me and Lola still live with each other on our own. And I don't want, say for example, they have holidays like every 5-6 weeks or whatever ridiculous it is. And I'm like, okay, well, who's going to look after her? I don't want to put her in childcare. I don't want to put her in clubs or any of that. So I made sure that my business was built around being able to have every single half term and school holiday off with her. And so I will have that off. There's 6 weeks holiday coming up soon, and I'll be with her every single day. It just means that my work routine will be flexible. So I might do bits at night rather than in the day. We do get to go away this year, which I'm not sure if we'll be able to or not. But it means that when she does have a rest from after playing in the pool and stuff, I'll be on the balcony catching up with work. It's just more flexible, and that's what I like.
Yeah, totally. And actually that just brings me on to another question, which is totally random. But as you are a mum, how do you find, generally speaking, like how do you find balancing, you know, your being a business owner, very successful business owner, with having your daughter, like generally on a day-to-day basis?
I don't really know any different. I think because I was in business beforehand, then Lola Rose come along, I had to make it fit. And she doesn't really know any different either. So it's not like she's like, oh, mum is working all the time, or mum is on her phone all the time, because it's just our lifestyle. That's all she knows. And so we just make it work. But the key thing is routine. Like, if you don't have routine, then you're pretty stuffed. Like, I will get up at 5:30 in the morning, do a workout, do my thing before she even wakes up. Then it'll be mine and her time to get ready for school. And then so it's literally all routine and all set out. Otherwise, I don't think it'd be possible without that.
Got it all covered. Good, love it. And is there, in your career so far, has there been one like pivotal moment where you can think of which has just been like the most amazing thing, like one highlight of your career, or more than one?
I would say the biggest like game changer, which changed everything, was when I fell pregnant. And I think that's because in my business, I was working in the business every single day. Like, I'd be working in the business in the day and on the business at night time. And so then when I fell pregnant, I thought, oh, how the hell am I going to do this? Because it's not possible to carry on like that. So that's when I made the decision, being like around 2 months pregnant, that I need to now from this point work on the business rather than in it. So I was doing treatments all day every day. I completely stepped out, and from that moment of time, that's where the freedom comes in, because you're working on it rather than in it and trapped. So that completely changed my mindset, the way I worked. That's what gave me then coaching opportunities to help other people, because they want to know how you've done that, how you've created this lifestyle. So I think literally just that point of falling pregnant, where people would be like, oh, game's over, like how are you going to work and have a baby on your own at the same time. That was definitely the game changer for me.
Amazing. How old's Lola now?
She's nearly 5.
Oh my gosh, so she's so adorable. I always see your pictures on Instagram. I'm like, oh, she's so cute.
She is a madam.
Amazing. Who isn't? All little girls can be a little bit of a madam. She'll boss when she's older though, so it's fine.
Definitely.
And what would you say has been your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur?
I think learning how to run teams. I would say that's one of my strengths now, but in the beginning, when you've gone from just working on your own to then having to employ people and manage people and make sure they're happy and make sure that they're like you when they're working, that's been my biggest challenge. And I have the most amazing team now, but without a team, you cannot progress. And so yeah, for me, that was my biggest challenge. And I think staffing's always going to be a big challenge when it comes to business, because you're dealing with people at the end of the day, and people aren't easy to deal with.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's definitely the hardest point.
Yeah, absolutely. And as well, I think when it's your business, there's a part of you, especially at the start, where you're like, I don't want to give that to someone else. I don't want to give that to someone else. Like, I want to do it all. You feel like it's your baby. So it's hard to give, to give responsibilities over, but you're going to be so much more effective and successful when you spread it out and you give it to people who can, focus on different things.
Definitely. I mean, I think naturally as entrepreneurs and business owners, we are a bit of control freaks because we have created this baby of ours. But until you start handing that over and delegating, you can't grow. And I would say now I'm like the queen of delegating.
Everything.
Everything. And it's the best thing, because then you can work on other things. If you can't do everything, otherwise there will be a time where you will just break and you'll have a burnout.
Yeah, totally. That happened to me actually about, quite a while ago. I'd say maybe about 4 years ago, like a year or two into my business. And I was just trying to do everything. And I just, multitasking with everything every single day, not getting anything done. And then eventually I was like, right, I need some help. And as soon as I got some help, everything changed. Yeah. You've got to delegate. Have you made any mistakes? I'm sure you have, as business owners. This is something as well, which I think people don't talk about enough. I think often with, when people look at entrepreneurs and they look at people who have successful businesses, and they think that it's all been an easy ride sometimes, and you've just kind of got to where you are without any hiccups. And as well as I do, there's often a lot of hiccups along the way. You just don't necessarily always talk about them. So has there been any mistakes which you have made, which you can kind of look back on and think about how you could have maybe done things differently or moved in a different direction?
I'd say obviously, yeah, there is quite a few when you think of over the years, everything you've done, but I just think every mistake is just a learning curve and you learn from that. It might be from investing in the wrong product, or investing in a new team member that just doesn't fit with everyone else, and then change the dynamics of the whole salon or training academy or whatever it is where we're hiring. Or when it comes to, we had a really, really big thing that happened last year, and that all stemmed down to contracts. So we went into business with other people, and that come down to contracts, and we weren't hot enough on them. So I think sometimes if you're going into business or you're employing anyone, or even there's a lot of people now that are going into business with friends and stuff, even though you think, oh, that friendship will never end, or that business will never end, there is that possibility. So I just think always making sure everything's on paper and everything's strict, rather than, it's just to safeguard you and the company and everyone that's involved. And I just think otherwise what happens is you just say yes, 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 because it's like your dreams coming true, or like you think, oh, this is really going to work, this is going to be amazing, but then you could get burnt at the end just because the paperwork isn't right. That was one of the biggest mistakes I done. But otherwise, every mistake is just a learning curve, and you just learn from it. And without mistakes, you can't grow.
Totally. You grow through your mistakes 100%. Yeah, totally. And what advice would you give to someone who's either looking to start a business in beauty, or just an entrepreneur in general, someone that wants to start going into their own thing? Maybe they're tired of their day job, they're not interested in doing that anymore, they want to be their own boss, they want to do their own thing. What advice would you give them?
I'd say if it's something that you really, really, really want to do, then go for it. I see a lot now, I get a lot of DMs and messages going, I want to work for myself, what do I do? Well, what are you actually passionate about? What do you think that you can work on every day? Because if you're not passionate about that company you want to start, you've got no chance. Most companies do fail within the first 5 years, even within the first year. So it has to be something that you feel that you've got passion about and can actually carry on working on it and fight for it, because it's not easy. People just see the flash cars, the nice house, the holidays. They do not see what that built up to. And that might be a lot of graft before you even see a penny. Are you that passionate about it to do all of that for free with nothing, first of all? But I think if you've got that in you, and that's where I mean, where some people are not born entrepreneurs or just haven't got it in them. you have to be that certain type of person. So you're going to have to work out, is that you? Can you keep going when the time gets hard, or are you going to be one of them 98% of people that just chuck the towel in when the going does get tough?
Yeah, yeah.
So, but if it is something that you want to do, then go for it, and don't let anyone stop you doing it.
Yeah,
because it would be the best thing you ever do.
Yeah, 100%. And I think if you do have that passion for something, you will, as long as you, like you said, as long as you've got that grit in you and you just understand that it's not going to happen overnight. It never happens overnight. You just have to understand that's going to be the case. Then definitely go for it. But I do think there are so many people that it's not what they thought it's going to be. They're like, right, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to start my business. And then 6 weeks down the line, they haven't made any money. And they're like, wow, it doesn't work. Why are we doing this? You're like, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, like it's so hard. And I think even when business is good and you're years and years later, like for me, it still does get hard. Like it's not easy, but like it took me like 4 years to make all right money. And that was only like standard then. Like I was working for nothing for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've just got to obviously bear all that in mind and be around people that are just supportive.
Yeah, definitely. Your circle is so important, isn't it? Especially when people don't. There's a lot of people that don't understand that entrepreneurial mindset. So if you haven't got those kind of people around you, it's going to be even more of a challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What would be your top 3 books that you would recommend?
I'm going to get my phone out. So. Obviously mine, which is, hold on 1 second, Extraordinary Women. If anyone's just want a copy of that, I'm giving away free copies on eBay.
Oh my gosh, give me the link to that, and I'll put it underneath here on the.
Okay, perfect. I'm reading at the moment Profit First. I don't know if you've heard of it. I can't even pronounce his surname, but it's Mike Mitch. Put that in and it'll come up. But that's really, really good. So it's all about like your money mindset and stuff like that. And The E-Myth was my first ever business book that I ever read.
Oh, I've not read that.
Have you not? Oh my God, so good. So I read it like 11 years ago while I was on holiday when I first set up the salon, and I was just in a really bad place. Completely changed my mindset, and then I'm rereading it now. So I'm picking different things out of it now than I would back then. It's just so good, and it's about how your business should like run on systems, so it's obviously not running right with you all the time. It's really, really good.
Oh, amazing. I'm gonna read that. And what was the obviously you said Okay, amazing. I'm gonna definitely download those 2. What is your favorite quote? Do you have a favorite quote that you like live by, or that you just recommend?
I'm a quote girl, that's for sure. I love a good quote. Especially when you're in a bit of like a meh place and you're just like, let me just feed myself some quotes.
Motivational quotes.
So there's a few, but I'd say my main one that I always say, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And it's quite of a boring one, but it's true. Like if it was easy, everyone would do it at the end of the day. And I think that's what we always have to remind ourselves as business people. Yeah. Because the going does get tough. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favourite one.
I love that. I think my favourite quote is, nothing changes if nothing changes.
I love
that one. I love that one because you can apply that to everything in life. Can't make a change unless you're making a change. Love it. Okay, perfect. So just to finish up, is there anything that you want to add? Do you have any other comments you'd like to say, to touch on anything else? We haven't obviously spoken about the current situation that we are in right now. I've kind of deliberately done that because I think it's what everyone's talking about right now. But if there is anything that you would want to say in terms of what's going on economically and everything right now, then feel free.
I think everyone's a little bit stuck in limbo at the moment with what's going on, especially obviously in my industry. I just think I think what's happened is awful, but at the same time, I think it's been what a lot of people have needed. It's been a great time for people to work on their business, think about what they actually want to do with their life. I think people have realised that life is so crazy and running this rat race like every single day, and actually liked the more downtime and just not so stressful life. So I think a lot of people are going to be changing when they do go back to reality, and I think that's a really good thing. So I just think while we have still got this extra maybe couple of weeks or however long, it's going to take a while to get back to normal completely. but work on how much you can do on your business in that time, and try and have systems in place for if this was to ever happen again, or if this does ever happen, will your business stop running or will it carry on? Because it depends what business you're in. And if you can figure out a business that will carry on through anything, then that's where you're going to be winning. So yeah, there's been a lot of thinking time and stuff, I think, for everyone in this like pandemic, and I think it's actually been a really good thing to happen, even though it's been a lot of sadness at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much to learn from what's happened as well. And as you said, I think you'll just, after this has all happened, even during now, you will just look at things totally differently, and you know, you can use that to your advantage in everything.
Definitely. I just hope people's mindset stays like that, and we don't go back to normality and a month later we're all just like completely forgot what happened and what we were looking for, and so that like, everyone's like so grateful like to give someone a hug finally, or you know, just like to have their health. Like, are you going to stick with that? I hope people do.
I hope so. Time will tell. And where can people find you online? What are all your social media handles and everything?
We've got KG Salon, which is my main page, so just the @ KG Salon, so that's on Instagram and Facebook. And then we've got @KG Professional as well, which is like the training and product range side of things. But if anyone wants to send me a DM or get a copy of the book or anything like that, then just KG Salon. I'm always on there.
Anything. I definitely want a copy of the book. Wrote it for you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate you spending time and coming on here with me. If you give me all your information, all the links of everything, I'll put them underneath this video. Thank you so much to everybody who has watched. If you've liked this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will be back very soon. Thank you so much, Katie.
Thank you.
Bye.